What you doing?
I am feeding our neighbors, our remoras. Look at that.
Our pets.
Yeah.
Here, remora.
I think she's pregnant.
She's huge.
I know. It's so calm this morning. She's like, I don't see the fish. Well, this year has been a bit of a struggle for power. I keep playing with the fridge and the freezer and reorganizing things because it seems like our battery bank, 280 amp hour of lithium and our 300 watt of solar just isn't quite keeping up with our fridge and our freezer. Earlier in the season, we could run both of them and it was kind of fine. We were getting lots of solar. But now it seems like this time of the year, like we are late June right now, we're just not quite getting enough solar. May and June have been way more cloudy than the previous months. What I've been doing is if we have enough power, I run both of them. But when we started being a bit lower on power, since the freezer doesn't have as much stuff in it anymore, and well, let's be honest, produce in the Bahamas are expensive and they don't last very long, so I don't have as much into our fridge. So I've been combining both of them into the freezer and turning part of the freezer into a fridge because there's a little separator. Smoothie time with Coral. Lève-toi! Lève-toi debout! Every time I pull the camera, she does it. She sits. But she's holding herself without holding anything. Hey, Coral! Come on up! Welcome to Wildly Intrepid. I'm Alex. And this is Corey. 3 years ago, we sailed south from Canada as newbie sailors. Now we share our love of travel with our baby girl Coral as we explore new areas of the Bahamas. Join us for our weekly adventure.
Andy and I have really been enjoying searching for the perfect drop-off. These drastic changes in depth create an abundance of life, hiding amongst the ledges and caverns. It also gives us higher chances of seeing larger fish and some predators like sharks, if we get lucky. Unfortunately, we didn't see a whole lot in this spot, but lucky for us, there's plenty of time to explore around some more.
There's a little canal near the anchorage of West Bay, so might as well check it out. It's a very different sight than most other islands in the Bahamas. You can tell that there's a lot more wealth here, as well as a lot more people. We made it to New Providence Island on land this time. We've actually never really been on shore. We've only anchored in the bay. And right now we are at Clifton National Heritage Park. There's some walking trails and a bunch of movies seem to have been filmed here. So this is the beach where part of Jaws movie was filmed. Beware of sharks. Actually, I haven't seen any. Cheers to life. Those coconuts are so refreshing. Well, we've been walking around the Clifton Heritage National Park and it's not that much to it. I mean, we haven't seen the whole park. We did find some ruins. This might have been the foundation of Lewis Johnston's original plantation house. Many loyalists received large grants of crown land in the 18th and 19th centuries.
2 houses maybe? 3?
Like there's a little crab climbing in the ruins that we found. But there's a lot of just abandoned stuff. Everything is closed, bathrooms are closed, showers are closed. So I don't know, I think a lot of money might have been put in to create the park or in the movie sets maybe for the movie Flipper and Jaws, but then just looks abandoned almost. It's a shame, but cheers!
Navionics was showing a wreck dive near another ledge in the same area as the Ocean Atlas statue. I was excited to see that this ship was a lot larger comparing to most of the other wrecks that we've seen here in the Bahamas. We even had a chance to get inside the ship to see just what was lurking around these dark corners. What was left of this ship provided a playground for us and a home for others. Andy had a little trouble squeezing through the main opening with his tank in BCD, but that gave him an opportunity to demonstrate a potential life-saving skill. Of course, I already had to demonstrate that I could do this skill in shallower water, but this was different in so many ways. Keeping a firm clench on my regulator and attempting to jam my gear into a hole I can barely fit through myself made for a tricky exit. Trying to be careful not to tear anything, but determined that I can fit, I go at it for another minute before heading back the way I came. Feeling slightly defeated, but gaining so much more confidence in awkward situations. Finally, after using a lot of my air, we decided to do a quick explore of the nearby ledge to see if it might be worth exploring further. Luckily we did, because from a quick explore around above the drop-off, this place looked beautiful. A sheer wall of coral, all different shapes and sizes, and a drop-off that seemed like it went on forever. It's too bad I used so much of my tank earlier, because at 100 bar, or half their tank, we started to make our way back. We goofed around a little on deck before heading back to the boat. On our way home, we discussed our plans to do one last deep dive here to see what else was below that ledge. With fresh tanks and focused on exploring deeper, we anchored at the dive buoy near the wreck, but made our way directly to the ledge. Andy and I have become very close friends and dive partners over these past months. I trust him fully, and we communicate well together, even while 30 meters below. We dropped down fast until it got really dark. Darker than I had ever experienced on any other dive. I watched as the colors slowly disappeared until my eyes could only pick out shades of dark blue. Andy and I kept closer and closer attention to each other as we dropped down, looking for any signs of something that might not be right. Below 30 meters, the chances of nitrogen narcosis becomes a potential danger. This is when the nitrogen in your bloodstream turns toxic from being compressed. This can cause a drunk-like effect, producing tunnel vision and feelings of tranquility with a sense of invulnerability. This sounds nice, but can become an issue, for example, if suddenly removing your regulator and taking a deep breath, just like your fish friends, seems like a good idea. Every diver is affected differently from one dive to another, so we stay alert, paying close attention to changes in ourselves or our partner. Looking at my gauges, it's no wonder it's so dark and cold. We dove deeper than I have ever, and likely ever will, at least until I get to dive with Andy again. Although it was amazing to experience a dive as deep as 65 meters, or 213 feet, I much prefer anything above 40 meters, without proper lighting, as it becomes hard to make anything out. Still, I will certainly remember this dive for years to come.
Bon appétit!
Looks so good, thank you. You like cucumber?
I liked everything. Yoshi's? She's not picky whatsoever. She eats anything we give her.
Come on, are you doing a little jig? Let's see your jig. There you go. That's it. Woohoo! Let's watch the sunset together. Oh wow, look at that sunset.